communities. Let's take you to the Ashanti region, specifically Ejisu Senior or Secondary Technical School. That school is in dire need of infrastructure. Let's bring you that report after we have conversations on that in studio and the authorities that be.
Ejisu Senior High Technical School, which currently has an enrollment of over 3,000 students, is grappling with serious infrastructure challenges. A lack of classrooms and furniture, along with the uncompleted school fence, is disrupting effective teaching and learning. The headmistress says the incomplete fencing has created security concerns for both staff and students. She's urging government and stakeholders to help address the school's pressing needs.
I would like to thank the MP, Honorable Kwabna Watson, for what he has done for the school. He donated 100 bags of cement to the school. And we want to thank him so much because the school had a challenge. The school is not fully fenced and intruders were just entering the school. Sometimes you even see stray animals entering the school. We have a school farm. You see cattle and other animals destroying farm produce. So I want to thank him for what he has done. We would also like to appeal to our old students, just Tech old students, to come in and support us. In fact, we have more than 2,000 bodies, but we have only 3 teachers who live on campus. So they should all come in, and other stakeholders should come in and support. The government alone cannot do it.
To support efforts to secure the campus, Member of Parliament for Ejisu Kwabna Boateng has donated 100 bags of cement for the construction of the school's fence wall. He has also pledged to work towards addressing the institution's broader infrastructure challenges.
It was a donation of 100 bags of cement for a start, and made a further promise to add more. That is if it's not enough for the complete walling of the school. As we speak, we've not been able to completely wall the entire school, and it comes with this attendance consequences. You would have intruders coming in at odd hours to visit some mayhem on the students. You also have people driving their cattle, across the school premises, which is also not good for good teaching and learning environment. And so when the school authorities brought it to my attention, I had to quickly take steps to make sure that we are able to wall off the school so that we can be sure of maximum protection of our students.
So you saw the Member of Parliament for Ejisu Kwabna Boateng making some promises there, and I haven't gone to the level of providing some bags of cement for the fencing of the Ejisu Senior High School, which I think is very important as a Member of Parliament to actually do. And the fact that the headmistress of the school made mention of the fact that they need more, not only this, but there is still demand for infrastructure for the school. We'll be touching base with our correspondent, speak to him, and if possible also get the Member of Parliament for Ejisu to also speak to find out from him what really he saw when he went to the school. Very important. Chris, I'll keep saying that education in the country, it's sort of facing bigger challenge. But if people come into the midst or come into the circles to say, hey, I want to take this part of it to resolve A, I want to do B, I want to do C, the entire load wouldn't be on the government. We've seen schools in deplorable shape, schools that do not even have the needed infrastructure, other schools that are in rural areas, but the students are doing everything they can to excel in their exams, be it BC, be it WASI, and all those things. So I think it's a step in the right direction that the Member of Parliament is pushing this to be done. Also, the headmistress called on the old students to also come and also help the school. The senior high school, the secondary level of every individual's education is very important because
Yeah.
that's the stage between what you have learned in the basic school and what you have also learned in the tertiary space. So I
Yeah.
think it's just important that what is needful or the best thing is done for the school.
Yeah, and I also think it's important to know that infrastructures are also part of what makes education education. It cannot just be all about learning. You cannot learn properly sometimes without the right condition. You understand? And the conditions include the right infrastructure. With the right infrastructure, someone can even be better. A B student can be an A student. With the right infrastructure, a C student can be a B student. Do you understand? So it's not all about reading, trying to be the best without the right things around you. And also, I feel like it's important to know that infrastructures will always fail. Infrastructures will always get old. These things will deteriorate. I think there should be some sort of system, you understand, that allows schools to prepare for the future. Do you understand? To allow schools to put together, even if they're asking for funds from the old students, I think it should be like a yearly thing whereby they already have saved for some funds or for any future problems or future issues that concerns infrastructures. Because in as much as we're talking about infrastructures today, it might be fixed today, but in some years' time, there is going to be another issue someday because yes, it's probably old or something happens. Do you understand? So I just feel like it's important we actually have a system that thinks about the future and not just the present always. Yeah.
So, like you've been saying, having the right infrastructure is very important because, see, you go to well-endowed schools. I only want to mention any school here.
Like
but
private
you go
schools. Just a private schools.
Yeah, private schools or even their senior high schools that are well-endowed. They have
Yeah.
the needed facilities for teaching and learning to go on. We saw one recently in the Central region where it was stated that at least the students were supposed to get a little science lab. They weren't getting it, so they were falling on another school close by. But anyway, joining us live is Ashanti Regional correspondent Tofik to tell us what he saw when he went to the school. He visited the Ejisu Senior Secondary Technical School to bring us up to speed what is happening in the school. Tofik, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Please, I'm well.
Let's understand what the issue is in the Ejisu Secondary Senior High School and what the headmistress may have told you reporters behind cameras what the issue is and what they are demanding from, say, the government or benevolent individuals.
Philip, if you come to Ejisu Senior High School, the last time I visited the school, the headmistress told we journalists that the school is facing a lot of challenges when it comes to infrastructure, especially dormitories for students and then bungalow for teachers, accommodation for teachers on campus. For the teachers' accommodation, she stated that only 3 staff live on campus, which means that the situation is very bad over there because out of 2,000 students living on campus and only 3 teachers on campus, looking after these students is very, very, very terrible. And she appealed to government that as a matter of urgency, the government should come in to help them. And she also called on the old students of Ejisu Senior High Technical to also come in to support them as well. And then she also stated that if you look at the school itself, the school is not well fenced. It is not completed. The fencing of the school is not completed. So anytime they are teaching, some people also come in to cause mayhem to them. And she even stated, per what we gathered from the school, is that sometimes you see some of the community members coming in to cause some kind of, commotion on campus as well. And she told us that, in fact, this kind of attitude is rather affecting teaching and learning on campus. And she even stated that, looking at the school itself, they have school farm where sometimes stray animals also come on campus to also, have some kind of come on campus to disturb the farm. And she was saying that looking at all these things is not good for a school like Ejisu Senior High Technical. So she is also appealing that the school will be fenced as soon as possible so that they can have a conducive environment for teaching and learning. And she also made a request for furniture, where she was stating that looking at the population of students on campus right now, they have about 3,000 students which they are catering for, and looking at the student population and the furniture that they have on campus is not all that good for them. So she also appealed that government should come in to support them with some kind of furniture as well. And then she also made a request that looking at the state of the school as well, that they need a lot of things that will help aid teaching and learning. So as a matter of urgency, the government should also provide classrooms for them because of the population that they have on campus. But the emphasis was on the fencing of the school because of the security for students and teachers. But for that, the MP for Ejisu, Honorable Lawyer Kwabena Boateng, made a donation of 100 bags of cement to support the fencing of the school. But he also promised that he will add.
Made. I want to find out from you that are you aware of how many students are in the school, i.e. boarding house, and how many are day students? I understand the school is a boarding school, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please. So the total number of students on campus are 3,000 and above. And then when I asked the head teacher, the boarding students on campus, she told me that they have over 2,000 students living on campus. So if you strike the balance, it means that they have over 2,000 students living on campus. And looking at the campus itself, and then the dormitory that they have, they actually need some kind of some kind of dormitories to aid accommodating students on campus, because even part of the dormitory have been assigned or innovated for the senior house master to be sleeping there. So per what she said, they need more of a dormitory because of the student population on campus, because the boarding students are more than 2,000.
Right. Tawfiq, I have one question. Earlier you spoke about the fence and all that, but how long has the school been in this situation?
I gathered is that looking at the fencing of the school, it has been there for years. Because since they started fencing the school, it hadn't completed. So, and then even part of where they've mounted the fence has also been broken. So per the information I had from my engagement was that the fencing has been there for years.
What about the issue of infrastructure? I mean, what about the issue of, say, the things they need in the school? At what point did they realize that they do not have enough furniture to actually contain the school? Is it a situation of they did not forecast to see that, you know, the population is increasing and they're probably going to need more? Did they just wake up one morning and realize that, hey, our furniture is no longer enough?
You know, for that particular part, you know, every year they make requests for number of students that they want. You know, sometimes government overburden some of the schools with their student population. You get it? Because with the introduction of the free senior high school, we understand that sometimes the teachers or the head teachers may send requests that at least they need 800, but they will be giving 1,000 or 1,200 students to the schools. And when it comes like that, they have to request for additional facilities to also accommodate this kind of students. And like I said earlier, per our engagement, some of the requests that the school sent to GES, when the numbers were coming, the numbers were increased. So at that point, you know, they made a request to the appropriate quarters for additional facilities, but that has not been affected to them. So for now, they are crying that because of the request that they made earlier, and looking at the numbers that they were given, they will need more facility to accommodate the increasing number of students on campus.
Right.
Tofik, thank you so much for your time. Tofik is a man in the Ashanti region, Tofik Mohammed, bringing us up to speed what is happening in Ejisu Secondary Technical School. If you're an old student, please go and help. And if the government can also help, please do that. The Member of Parliament has started what he can do for the school so that at least teaching and learning will go on smoothly, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's important to say out there that yeah, if you can help, just help.
Just help.
Just help.
We all need help. Anyway.